I mean, a little bit of a losing streak, but find a way to nip it with a performance like today.
Absolutely. We battled hard today, and Reimer was unbelievable for us. So that was the performance. I think defensively that we needed, and it starts with your goaltender, and he was lights out. So we blocked a lot of shots. We didn't have the best start. We were a little bit flat, but the power play got us going. So special teams and goaltending and pretty good defensive play was the reason why we were successful today.
The power play had to feel good after what happened against Vancouver.
Yeah, absolutely, and to get one right away like that is huge, and something that you want. And 4-on-3, you get a chance like that, you got to make them pay. So we did a great job on our 5-on-3 kill, and I think that's the hockey game there.
The goaltending, man. I mean, all season, all three of those guys have just stepped in when needed and just supplied some big games for you guys.
Yeah, they have, and it's great to see. It's great to have, and Reimer, the last two came in Toronto and gave us a heck of a performance, and did the same thing tonight. So it was that 5-on-3 kill we had, and last 10 minutes game, he did it for us the whole game. So we wanted to battle for him and get him the shutout.
It's only a 2-game losing streak, but it was kind of important to nip it in the bud today, wasn't it? I mean, you don't want to drag that thing any further than.
Yeah, 2 games, but the one in Edmonton is that one stung. You want to forget about it as quick as possible, but it's hard to. And the Vancouver game was a tough one again. Our power play didn't show up, so to have 2 and then get right back on the horse. We got a great chance on Monday to get 4 points on this road trip and get home and start playing against teams in the East.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Satisfying is it for you to come in? I mean, it's the second time, same as in Toronto, where you haven't played for a while, come in and have a performance like this.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice when you can contribute to the team. I mean, that's all you want to do. You just want to be part of the team, and you want to help them, get to our goal. You know what I mean? And so you just try and be ready whenever your numbers called, and today, for the most part, everything I felt was going well for me, and I was getting bounces, and I felt that I prepared properly, and my mind was in a good place, and the good Lord was kind to me. Right?
Did you kind of feel comfortable right from the get-go today, or how did you feel then there?
I'd say as comfortable as you can feel. Whenever you're coming off a long delay, there's always a little bit of I don't know what the right word is, but uncomfortableness. You know what I mean? And you just have to accept that. You just have to accept that that's how it's going to be. But you just try and stay sharp and work hard, and then eventually the timing comes and you settle right in. So I thought that's pretty much how the game went tonight.
Ryan, throughout the season, Newsies talked about the quality and type of characters in this locker room to get you guys out of ruts. What have you seen from this group throughout the season, and then how have they helped in this kind of recent stretch here in Western Canada? Yeah, I mean, we had just a weird game in Edmonton, and kind of just kind of kicks you in the gut, because we didn't play that bad, but then you give an inch to McDavid and his company, and they take advantage, and they we obviously had a tough third, and then I felt like that kind of leaked into Vancouver, and they're a good squad, and when you're not quite sharp, your chances of winning go down, and I just, not that we played bad in Van, I thought we played half decent, but it's just not quite sharp enough, and tonight, I thought that, although probably most of the guys would say that maybe it wasn't our best, but it was darn good enough. Sometimes you're not going to have your best, but what you bring to the table, has to be better than what the other team has, and that's what I thought we had tonight. We had some good individual efforts. We had some good. Our special teams was on point. Defense was great. I mean, the amount of plays they broke up east-west, and Mo had some huge blocks in the first. I mean, without those efforts, I mean, and I'm just thinking like Benny was great. Petey had a couple of huge plays that he broke up. I just think a couple of guys stepped up, and that was the difference tonight.
You're no stranger to playoff chases. How important was it to just squash the sort of the 2-game losing streak and get right back on track, given how tight things are already?
Yeah, I think that, and I'm going to sound like I'm going to contradict myself now. It's very important to stop that. But at the same time, on the other hand, it's one of those things where you can't get too caught up in the two. It's just you trust your process, you trust your ability, you trust the game plan, and you look at your schedule or results, and they're gonna wind up where you want them to be. Sometimes you'll lose 2 in a row, and then you're gonna win 4 in a row. I made reference in one of the other interviews in San Jose when we went to the Cup final. They had 3 5-game losing streaks. You know what I mean? But when you play the right way and you're committed to playing the right way every night, you're going to end up where you want to be.
Derek, how important was it for you guys what does it show you guys nip a 2-game losing streak
Huge.
right away?
Yeah, if we want to stay in this battle, which we are right in the middle of, you can't have extended losing streaks. I know it's only 2 games, but now you're looking at Seattle on the road. We knew this would be a tough trip. So great response from the guys, good win. Just our sport's crazy. It was probably, of the road trip so far, our first period was probably our worst period of the trip. But we come out of it 2-0 because of James and our special teams. So I think we got our footing a little bit, like our second and third. Good road win against a really good team. You can see why they've been racking up some wins of late against some pretty good teams.
I was going to say, special teams goaltending, that's usually the recipe for coming out on top.
Huge on the penalty kill. And then for us to convert on our first 2 power plays gave us a huge spark.
To speak to Reimer, I know he's a veteran, but it can't be easy to sit around that much and then come in there.
Well, I think it's a mental fortitude for him. Not only is this a long time between starts, which is obviously his last start was excellent, a win in Toronto, but the mentality of Billy coming off the IR, and for that time period, he's looking at being the number 3, which is not easy. Kept his head down. I think a little bit of his experience, I think he understands that goaltending situation can change quickly, and it has all year for us. And he was ready and gave us a huge spark.
What did you see on the power play tonight?
Well, the face-off win, just to get one off the face-off, then 4-on-3. Patty, obviously a special player, but you get in those situations, 4-on-3, 5-on-3, a little ice. He makes plays, and his play to Dylan there was huge. And a 2-0 game to 3-0, it's a whole different game. So that was big for us.
Kaner extending his point streak too tonight, just his impact on this offense and what he's brought to this group as a whole.
Great. I think, again, it just helps balance our lines out, helps slot some people a little more correctly, but just chipping offense. And he's staying within our structure too, which I think was important. It's an important example for our guys.
You guys shuffled the lines a little bit too tonight. What was kind of the reason behind that, and how did that turn out?
I just think our type of depth we have can allow us to have some of these line shuffles, if you will, either before games or on the fly. We trust a lot of players in a lot of different situations, and we were able to do that tonight, and it gave us a little spark.
Thank you.
Thanks, Newsy.
Thanks.